I am back. This is good. I can get my videos out before me and hubby have to go get a little bit from school. She got our school pictures there. It's so cute. I'm going to post them. Let's continue with our video. Now we are talking about the title of this video, their video is Flattering, Portrayal of Prince Harry and Meghan. Obit Scobie rips into royal family. That's it. And so that intrigued me because in this book, it's all about how wonderful and how great Meghan and Harry is and how they could have did so much for the kingdom, how she's over here doing. I didn't read it. I'm just assuming. So if it says what I'm saying, then I'm on point. Talking about how she's got a wonderful life over here in Montecito. I did hear this, that she gets up and do breakfast in the morning and all this other stuff, and she's just wonderful. And Kate's horrible. Let me touch on it. Kate's lazy. She wants to do the camera, and she's, it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. And for once, that moment right there, there is no need to say anything else. You can't compare the two women. Catherine is not full of drama, full of mess, full of trashy stuff. She's about love, caring, and supporting and doing what she needs to do. And she also has a voice of her own. She knows when to speak up and she knows when not to. And she knows. And I don't think she's doing anything that she doesn't want to do. And she's going to be a beautiful queen. And Meghan's jealous of that she's not going to be queen. Instead of embracing her, instead of walking beside her and doing all that and showing this other side of, if Meghan ever had an other side, she would have been like a queen too. There's plenty of room. No, and that's why Catherine made room for Meghan. Catherine knew that Harry was in love with this Jezebel, and so Catherine tried to make it work. She went on outings with Meghan and stuff like that, but Meghan didn't appreciate it. She didn't. She did not. She was jealous of her. So, moving on.
I think not that I'm counting, but so we've both read it now, most of it anyway, and I'll be finishing it tonight.
So, I'm going to continue with the video. I'm just going to start where they are. I may rewind it just a little, and then I'll pick up from there. Kisses. Love you guys.
Copy, but obviously this is extremely damaging. The copies have been pulled from the shelves, but it's too late. It is out there.
Yes.
It was picked up by journalists yesterday who've been given a review copy of it, and it is out there on social media. And whether or not Harry and Meghan wanted to distance themselves and move on, because in the book, Scobie talks about them, wanting to look forward now and not wanting to keep going back to the past.
If they wanted to look forward, then they would shut the hell up. No, Meghan doesn't want to look forward. If she wanted to look forward, she wouldn't have put out that statement about the birthday stuff. No, they're telling her to move on. They're telling her to get it straight. I believe WME separated her from her husband because she saw how obsessed, they saw how obsessed she was with the royal family and said, listen, let's get you over here to try to build your own thing away from the family. She can't. She'll never be able to just let it go. As you can see, she's been warned, and she was coming out with her memoir. I bet when they started and they read that first page, they said, look, you're blaming here, and then you're talking about how great you are right here, and then you're talking about the king right here, and then you're talking about Catherine. So put the book away. Let's go.
This is taking us right back to that Oprah Winfrey interview and the claims that were made.
Taking us right back to that Oprah Winfrey interview. Taking us right back to that Oprah interview. Yes. That's important to me because Oprah tried to bury it. Meghan's trying to resurrect it. And I just can't believe. I wonder what Oprah's thinking. Tara by Andy. Can you do a reading on how Oprah is feeling? I'm gonna go over there today. I want to know what these two idiots are thinking about, and she usually have the insight. Okay.
About how difficult things were for them within the royal family.
Well, I'm on about page 318, I think. Not
Yeah, I think you and I.
not that I'm counting. but so we've both read it now, most of it anyway, and I'll be finishing it tonight. What do you make of it? Because it has been, in many cases, really panned, hasn't it, by critics?
Okay, so pretty much this book has been really torn down by critics. They don't like the book. They notice that it's another spare, probably another trash fest by these two idiots. And they know that Scobie didn't write it, and he used Meghan and Harry for all their content, for everything. And just the title alone. I think more and more is going to start coming out about this book, what he had to say about Queen. I wonder, let's move on. Let's see what else these two think about the book. Critics have slammed it. New York Times said, The Sun, the Daily Mirror, everyone.
To people at pains to point out inaccuracies and things of that kind. What do you think?
Pointing out, this is good.
I think if you put aside this claim about royal racists, there are no big bombshells in this book for me. I feel that after the 6-part Netflix documentary, after Spare, after all of the interviews, after Meghan's podcast, after all of the publicity this couple have done, we've heard most of what is in this book before. There is nothing particularly new. Yes, we get a bit more detail on claims about, the fractured relationship between Harry and William. Yes, we get allegations that William and his father do not see eye to eye on the future of the monarchy.
The same thing, the same stuff, the same trash, the same attacks, the same thing, the constant vitriol, another book, another outlet to go after his family as if he didn't have enough, Harry. The Oprah show wasn't enough. The docuseries wasn't enough. The Spare book wasn't enough. The therapy session wasn't enough. Okay, so now we got the end game. You guys have constantly told us this story over and over and over again, and it's nothing new, and we get it. You don't like them. And you want everybody to know that it's not you, it's them that's making you not like it's them. But it's petty, it's like catty stuff. It's that you did this to me and you did that to me. And what we see is two people that, and I'm not even, if it was true, have no forgiveness in their hearts. None whatsoever. Meghan and Harry has yet to say, well, you know what? I probably could have did that a little differently. I could have probably waited till we talked to the Queen to actually leave or post that message. Or, you know what? I probably could have been more receptive of Catherine and trying to get to know her. No. Because how can they went from the beginning, they were so wonderful. The family was so wonderful to Meghan. They welcomed her in, and they even joked about it on the Oprah show. Yeah, they welcomed us more than I thought they would. They thought that was funny. And I couldn't understand how all of a sudden, if you're so nice and so wonderful, Catherine and William was so nice and wonderful to them, how all of a sudden when she become in the family, they start being mean to her. That story doesn't make sense. You don't change your stripes because they come into the family. If anything, you embrace her even more because you want to make sure she's okay. That Meghan is a big liar. And like she said, inconsistencies. Tell it like it is. There were lies throughout the book. The same trash fest, because that's what it is, a big trash fest against their family. And it goes to show you Meghan is not about reconciliation. And she ain't even looking at her father. Her father, unfortunately, may not get to see those kids at all, ever, if you know what I mean. Look at who we're talking about. Look who we're dealing with. Then flip it around. WME, have her out there smiling at functions as if she cares. It blows my mind. At these charity events, she blamed her mental health on Catherine. She blamed her mental health on loneliness. She blamed her mental health on the press. She blamed everybody else but herself and said, wait a minute, what can I do to help me? When I was going through with my mental health, my sister-in-law wasn't there for me. Oh. There's so much. Your sister-in-law wasn't there for you. When she was there for you, how did you treat her? Did you treat her right? Or did you come over here trashing her? I don't believe that. I don't believe that Meghan was going through, and I don't believe Catherine knew that she was going through. Because you know why I know Catherine didn't know that Meghan was going through something bad, and she wasn't going through with her father, because look where he at. And so, just like King Charles didn't know that Meghan had an issue with a conversation he had with his son, allegedly. Because I don't believe all of that. I don't believe the conversation even went down. No, I don't. That's what I'm talking about. I hope you got that, because I can't muster that back up. No, she says, Catherine wasn't there for me and da-da-da-da-da. But Catherine probably didn't know. But you wasn't going through nothing. That's the big point. Then on this side, she said that the racism stuff, okay? Now, how was anyone supposed to know that you had all these feelings and stuff if you didn't have a conversation with them before you went on the Oprah show? No.
It's highly critical of Kate. For example, Princess Anne was apparently the person.
They attack everyone in the family. Now they're attacking Anne and the rest of them. It's time. It's time to attack everyone. Because for some forsaken reason, Meghan has to portray the entire family as being this meanness to her. Here's the kicker. The things that she's complaining about is nothing to even bring attention to. Nothing. Like the cottage. They took our cottage. You said yourself you were never coming back over there. You didn't go for the coronation. So it's just sitting there. What are they supposed to do with it? Wait for you to come over in 5 or 10 years when you get ready to? No, thank you, Anne. Now all they need to do is take the titles, but it doesn't even matter anymore, because it's really like she doesn't have any, because she's really ruined her reputation. This is it. This sucker right here is it. Because the people that were trying to keep Meghan in that same category, or in that category of maybe this and maybe that, maybe she's just misunderstood, have put her right smack dead in that dungeon and put her in, there's something really wrong here. And there is. This has taken itself to the next level of pettiness, of just something is extremely wrong with her. Because now she's attacking Anne and the Sophie and the rest of them. Why not? Let's add them too. Everybody else was against Meghan. Everybody can't be against you, Meghan. Everyone. Don't get me started on the other side of the family. I mean, everyone is the villain. Everyone has done something to Meghan. But whatever they've done has been so petty. Why does she even bring it up? Catherine didn't see about me. How petty is that? My sister didn't call me today and ask me, was I okay? My sister is busy. She's got a job. She's got stuff to do. She ain't got time. And if I mentioned that to her, she'd probably be like, are you in your feelings? Probably. No, she didn't come to my rescue. Just like the Queen didn't come to her rescue when that letter was leaked. I think them gone from the UK is probably the best thing that she did.
And who suggested that Frogmore Cottage should be taken from the Sussexes. There's even criticism of the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh in there. It's not a flattering portrait, but putting the racist claim aside, I don't think it's going to do them too much damage because there's nothing here that hasn't really been said.
Do you think that Harry and Meghan escape censure, that everyone else is criticised and Harry and Meghan somehow not really?
Yeah, it's a very flattering portrayal of Harry and Meghan. There's very little criticism. In fact,
she said it's a very flattering portrayal of Harry and Meghan in this book. They're the perfect couple. They love each other. They're raising their kids in Montecito in this big mansion. They got lovely celebrity friends. Meghan's doing philanthropy and being an influencer. She's about to do her Lake by the Book. She's about to be a producer, and she's got all these other things going on in her life that is to be excited for, That's what Obi Scobie is saying in the book. And Harry's got his work, he's, winning with his lawsuits, and they're just living a wonderful peachy life. And then, but on the other side, Catherine's a wannabe. She wants the limelight, she's lazy. She doesn't work hard and just, Anne took her cottage from her. Charles is the racist. William is mistreating his brother. That's the book. I wouldn't get that book if someone paid me to. It's depressing. Just like Meghan and Harry's life is depressing. That love story is depressing. It's not a love story. That docuseries was depressing. Oprah Winfrey Show was depressing. Spare was depressing. Therapist was... It was depressing. I don't like to watch depressing things because it takes you there. And there was nothing good, or, I had a wonderful wedding and I wore this and this happened at my wedding. I was glad to see these people. We didn't get any of that. She didn't talk about any of the fun things that I would have loved to know about the UK and how she was walking with the Queen. She didn't talk about her walkabout. She didn't talk about her experience as a royal. Ooh, Jesus. Sorry. That ding, ding, ding. Since she has left, all Meghan has done is talk bad. She has not told us one good experience that she had over there. Her beautiful wedding, how everybody was watching it, and all this stuff. How going to Africa and all those different places was fun because she got to meet all these dignitaries and wonderful people. No. Meghan talked about her fake marriage to Harry. And then she talked about how bad she had it. And so this is it. It's depressing. She's depressing. I don't know how Harry's mental health is standing up. I have no idea.
thing that I can think of really is that Scobie is
criticised and Harry and Meghan somehow not really.
Yeah, it's a very flattering portrayal of Harry and Meghan. There's very little criticism. In fact, the only thing that I can think of really is that Scobie suggests they might have made some slightly rash financial decisions, commercial decisions in the early days because they were so desperate to make sure that they made some money to pay for this.
That ain't no bad. So this was them. This is their only accountability in the book. Okay, listen. I'm gonna let her say it, and then I'm going to repeat it.
Criticised, and Harry and Meghan somehow not really.
This is so important. This is Meghan. This is what made me come on here today, I think. Listen to it.
Yeah, it's a very flattering portrayal of Harry and Meghan. There's very little criticism. In fact, the only thing that I can think of really is that Scobie suggests they might have made some slightly rash financial decisions, commercial decisions in the early days because they were so desperate to make sure that they made some money to pay for their security, etc. I can't think of the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh in there. It's not a flattering portrait, but
it's not a nice portrayal of the royal family at all. Everybody is just scum, according to Harry and Meghan and Obi Scobie. But when you flip it on Meghan's portion, whoever gets the book, she's going to be the damsel in distress. The one that had it hard. The one that didn't know what was going on, and then she figured it out. They fed her to the wolves. That's what you're going to read in this book. But she says, let me make sure because I may have just forgotten, that the only thing that she is accountable for, or would have been like on the bad side, or anything remote that made them look like they've done something wrong, this is Meghan's idea. That they made business decisions that probably wasn't the best, and they were just in such a hurry to make money because they needed it for their security. Once again, Meghan is reminding us that they got stripped from their security from the bad royals, and they had to hurry. It was the royals' fault that they. It was the royals' fault that they had to just pick any deals, or they're not taking accountability. They don't, and so they had to. So the decisions that they made with the business deals, probably talking about Spotify. Let's put Spotify name over there since they got fired from there. Are you saying that maybe you made a mistake for doing Spotify because you needed the money to help you with your finances? No one told you to run over here from the UK. Just like some of the subscribers saying, nobody told you to run over here to be in Hollywood and say, "Ooh, I'm ready," if you didn't have it to do it. No, you did have it to do it because you were going to use the family name to get it. You had already set that up before you left. And so the reason why you left is that you wanted to hurry up so you can come over here and get them deals going. Yeah, she had Netflix and Spotify and them all in her, and Oprah in her Rolodex, ready to go. Waiting on. Okay, let's get it set up. And so when she said goodbye and put up that note, she knew exactly what she was going to be doing. She knew exactly how much money she was going to be making. And she saw dollar signs and said, "Ooh, I want the money. Let's do it." Now she ain't got nothing. No. You did that. You used the royal name for money, for cash. You did. That's exactly what you did. And then you trashed them, which you didn't have to do that, but you decided to do. Let's move on.
Racist claim aside, I don't think it's going to do them too much damage because there's nothing here that hasn't
and
really...
see, she kind of likes Meghan and Harry. And listen, the interesting part, this is how I know that Meghan has once again made the mistake, because they're not talking about the royal races. And she's talking about how this could damage them, like the Oprah and all the rest of that damaged them. And so, Meghan, hello, that damaged you. This could damage you too, which it is, and it is doing. And she seems to think that, oh, it's not damaging them too much. Oh, yes, it is. And the reason why it's going to damage it is because they keep talking about the same thing over and over again, as if King Charles is going to say, "Okay, I'm sorry already. Stop talking about it," because that's what Meghan wants. But no, don't make light of it. Don't make light of this. They're in trouble because it's another one. It's 5 of them in my book. There's probably more, but those are the main ones.
Do you think that Harry and Meghan escape censure, that everyone else is criticised and Harry and Meghan somehow not really?
Yeah, it's a very flattering portrayal.
Okay, I went too far back.
Harry
Let's just hear it
and
again.
Meghan. There's very little criticism. In fact, the only thing that I can think of really is that Scobie suggests they might have made some slightly rash financial decisions, commercial decisions in the early days because they were so desperate to make sure that they made some money to pay for their security, etc. I can't think of very much criticism of this couple at all in the book. But we knew what we were getting here, don't we?
We were so desperate. We didn't have any money. The Bat Royals kicked us out the kingdom. And so we had to do what we had to do to make money, because no, you didn't need no $14.5 million home. That's what she wanted. She wanted that home. That's why she made those deals. That's why she did what she did. No, it's all self, me, what I want. Me.
Didn't we? I mean, Ovid Scobie denies that he's their cheerleader, that he's their mouthpiece. He really doesn't like those terms. But we know he has aligned himself to the Sussexes. It's his second book, and this very much is written from...
If you didn't care or like these two and they're not your friend, then why are you, what's the word I want to use without being too vulgar? Why are you acting like they're your masters, or no, that's not a good word. Like they're your boss, or, you know, why are you talking about these two as if they're your best friends in the whole wide world? You talked about every Scobie, this is for you. You talked about every role in that book. But then when it came to Harry and Meghan, they looked like the perfect people. The perfect. So you mean to tell me that you couldn't find one thing, even the New York car chase, to put in the book and talk about that? Okay, let's name another one. You can talk about when Lilibet got them titles. You couldn't talk about none of that. It wasn't Meghan's fault. We already talked about the coronation. You made her look good in that one too, because you changed the narrative on that. But you ain't got nothing to do with them. Nothing whatsoever. We ain't friends. We don't talk. I don't know them. Like Sue Smith said, you got Meghan's number because you said you called her up. Or they called you up to check on you to make sure you were okay. That right there kicks the bucket for me. They the book accidentally had the two racist names in it. Ooh, what a quinky dink. He happens to know him. Ooh, that's a quinky dinky too. And Meghan and Harry accidentally just happen to be two. They're the best. They're the flatter. They flattered them all through the book. What a quinky dinky. And everybody else is all bad. Oh, you don't say. Oh, shoot. I mean, she can't even hide this stuff anymore. It's just blatantly just out there. One station. It's funny. It's comical. I can't think of what one station was doing just a minute ago, but the headlines are hot. And I don't care who you are. She is getting chopped every which way. She is not looked at in a very good light at all. It's
perspective and about the struggles that they feel they have faced within.
They still talking about the struggles they had when they was over there. Meghan act like she was over there for years. For years. She act like she was over there for 5 years. If you can't do anything for 5 minutes, why can't you do it for 5? If you can't do it for 5 minutes, don't do it for 5 years. Something like that. Something to the effect on if you can't do it for 5 years, then why do it for 5 minutes? Well, you only did your little royal to-do for a year and 2 days, and now you're talking about the struggles you're going through. Oh my God. How pathetic. How pathetic. Pathetic. The struggles. What struggles? Girl, you have no idea what a struggle is. Struggle. This is that stupid stuff.
To the Sussexes. It's his second book, and this very much is written from their perspective and about.
She said it is very much written on Harry and Meghan's perspective. It blows my mind. Meghan is like, did they not hear what the Oprah show said? Did they not get what the documentary said? Did they not get the spare book? Shoot, let's just do one more. Maybe they'll get it this time. Meghan, is this it? Is this it? Now that you didn't name, or is it a lot more? She said it is very much written in the perspective of you and Harry. Part 2, Meghan's memoir. Because WME told her, nope, you cannot do that. You cannot write a memoir right now. So she called up Scobie and said, hey, will you write this book for me? I want to name the royal racist. Scobie said, sure, I'll do it. I'll write it for you. But it's going to be legal implications if I do it. Well, we'll just leak a book.
The struggles that they
The struggles. What struggles? What struggles? Because they already told us in the Oprah show that the press was after them. That was the struggle. That was a struggle. And then in the docuseries, Harry wants to tell us that some kind of way his family stopped liking Meghan all of a sudden when she became royal. No. And then, what struggles? No, the drama that you and Meghan kept up while y'all were over there. I don't remember you having these struggles, Harry, before your wife. And now you got all these struggles. Okay. For a year and a half, y'all had struggles. And she still can't. First of all, y'all wasn't even living on the same block as William and Catherine. Because Meghan couldn't take it. This is that stupid stuff. What struggles? Tyler Perry, she was struggling that much? Are we missing something? Because Scobie doesn't really give us this. She was in the dungeon. Did they lock her in the dungeon? King Charles, and did y'all lock her in the dungeon?
Face within the royal family, and we're not going to get a response from Buckingham Palace or Kensington Palace, so it's his word against theirs.
I must say that I haven't been bored reading it.
You haven't?
I haven't.
No.
Okay,
I find it, let's say, an easier read than Spare.
Oh.
Which I'm surprised about. I found it, yes.
Yeah,
I found it wrong.
He's a journalist. He's probably got his words more flippity-doo. And Harry, he's well, he did have a ghostwriter, but
So long.
okay, I'm out. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed these 2 videos. That's it for today. Kisses. I'm finna go get my little bit, and I will chat with you soon. Bye-bye.